Hello. Let's see if that's working. That should be working. Sound alerts up. Hello, everyone. Right then. Yes, it's working. Zoom in on me. Camera work. That'll work. Oh yeah, it worked. That's good. That's good. Let's do this a bit more, Neil. Hello, everyone. Right on. Ooh. So, how are we all doing today? I have a couple of issues. One, I'm still getting used to the campaign gameplay and the changes they've done in the to this. So I've temporarily suspended the Austrian campaign. I was going to make it a sort of option of whether to continue the Austrian campaign or the learning campaign I'm using to try and get used to the new standards they put in place. But honestly, thinking about it more last night, playing around more on things, and actually, have to admit, hello Spike, trying to do some work with the Austrian campaign last night. You know, I went and got some food, and then I came back here and went, let's give this a go. So, while I was eating my interpretation of beef stir fry, that sort of rice, roughly we call that. It was basically it started out as the idea of I've got the spices and I've got the beef for a beef stir fry. What have you got in vegetables selection? Those vegetables do not constitute what you normally put in a stir fry, but it works. So yeah, let's call it a what was in the fridge version of a beef stir fry. Yeah, I decided that frankly I'm going to continue trying to work this out with the British Empire today, because I just think it makes sense to. I should also warn you that there might be a visit from someone very fluffy at some point today, because currently sleeping down below, curled around my seat, is a large fluffy object who's licking my seat. Or rather the stand of the seat, which is a bit weird, but we'll leave that to one side. So conquests, yes, I've got some 4 light cruisers there. Got some more light cruisers coming in. And I've got some battleships coming across the sea. Ooh. And one of the things I have noticed is that they've got a control radius, a recon radius, etc. now. Hello, Alinos History. So they've got all sorts of different sort of factors have started to come up. And it does, I can see what they've done, but those stability issues are really annoying me. Those stability issues in the early designs are really, really annoying me. So basically what I'm doing is I'm carrying on with the... It's going to sound strange. I've gone to the British ones because I know them best historically, so I can see where the differentials are from reality, from history. Because I was trying to play it as accurately as I can historically, to an extent, and I'll keep within the scenario. And this one, I'm basically playing to just see what is the divergence. Now, last time I played one of these campaigns, I basically put everything into my battle cruisers. I'm not sure which way I'm going to go in this game. I might go battleships, I might go battle cruisers, but either way I think I'm probably not going to be doing much for the smaller ships. And yeah, just leave them doing that. Or I could put them on mines. Heavy cruiser 9.2-inch gun mega fleet. Tempting. Liberia has been conquered by the British Army. I would really like you to actually arrive where you're supposed to at some point. Basically, if any one of those battleships was there already, we'd have conquered the Puerto Rico. Oh, hang on now. Puerto Limon and Costa Rica. But it isn't, so we haven't. Seneca, that does not sound fun. You formatted your hard drive rather than a PC, or rather than a USB stick. Okay. So I know how that can happen. But there is a naming function you can do to hard drives, etc., to give them names. And speaking as someone who has set up lots of PCs for his family, naming does help. Oh, I'm doing that. I'm going with that one. Okay, I'm now officially building 40 ships, of which 28 are for allies. This game is broken. But fun. But, you know, in the nicest way, one of the things I find annoying about it is it going, your shipbuilding capacity is being overwhelmed. I'm going, it's being overwhelmed by other people building ships. And I know I should say no, but they're my allies. And them being strong helps me. But at a certain point, I'm not building anything myself at the moment. So I'm not really so bothered. But, you know. Yeah. You literally misclicked. I can see how that can happen. But I still think naming them helps. Okay, Ali. Try and get some sleep. You need some sleep between night shifts. So now I have a fleet here which is entirely of ships I prefer not to get in a fight, but it's more than enough tonnage for the job. That's good. I've got no ships in refit. Building is still 12. Fleet, when are those ships going to be available? 2 months for those ships to be available for me. That's going to help things. It's always good to have a dump drive. I've now jumped up economically somehow. Also, I've got £1 billion in funds, so yeah, I should, well, 1,000 million in period specific speak. So yeah. What are we working on? The Mark 1 13-inch guns. That'll be good. 13.5-inch guns it is. Oh, hopefully, you know, that was dealt with. Canada wants another... They all want cruisers. They all want my cruisers. My cruisers which are terrible. There's a reason I'm not building them. There is a reason I'm not building them. You understand it, Big Fluff, don't you? You understand it. Why am I not building those cruisers? They are a terrible design. Hello. The battleships are fairly decent, especially... No! Hello. Oh, good God. Wet pause. Wet pause. Going everywhere. Hello. Hello. You taking over. You've taken over the stream for a bit. Yes, yes. They should all be looking at you, is that right? Ugh! Yeah. Oh! Those are parts which are attached. Attached. He forgets that I am attached to the limbs of my body. Ay, caramba. Research. Finances. Let's go to... They're all commissioning. I wait to the commission before I can refit them. Okay, so they're literally going to be commissioned. Then they're going to be refitted. I do use them for walking. Hey, we've got oil. Let's go to ship design. And let's see what irresistible we can work on now. See if we can't have a better irresistible too. Well, we want to have those to triple expansion for starters. We want to have induced. That's all good. Improve the anti-torpedo. Have barbettes. Yeah, that's all useful. Standard bulkheads. Reinforced bulkheads. Can we do that? That adds a lot of weight, extra weight. So standard bulkheads it is. White powder. Yes, please. Gun cotton. Oh. Soft cap. Definitely. Yep, 16-inch. That's the best I've got for that. Everything's sort of look a lot better at this point, so that's 200 tons. But what's the difference in main guns between 12-inch has a range of 16.5 kilometers, 13-inch has a range of 17.8 kilometers, so oh, that takes us over the weight, doesn't it? It does take us over the weight limit. Hello, you are demanding to be patted for some reason. Can you explain what the patting is about? Taking off all the torpedoes. Take that down to 18 knots. How's that work out? Right, I'm only 200 tons over, aren't I? Can I get... Hello. Oh, you want to get in my lap, do you? Oh, that's what this is all about. You want lap time. Oh. Yeah. Oh, God, Lord. You know... Hello. Yes. I love you too. And before anyone thinks that he hasn't had any kind of special time today or any trip, he has. In typical poodle fashion, though, he will quite happily claim he hasn't. Quite happily claim he hasn't. Let's take that down to 9. That down to 9. Nine. So I've got 300 tons now to find. Can we find, do you think? If we go to standard shells, what's that like? 17.9 kilometers. Hello. You doing your, you know, look at me, I'm beautiful approach to life. Yes, you are. Oh, hello. Hey, good Lord. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Yes. You're such a poodle. You really are. Oh, good Lord. You are. You're a poodle. A gorgeous one. Yes, you are as well. Okay. Alright. Can I please look at my screen? Oh. Yada-dee. I don't know. If we take the range down a tad, then the range is fine. I've got 200 tons, so I can deal some of the pitch. Let's go on top. That's fine. That's fine. And actually I could probably add the torpedoes back in. Yes, you're cute. There we go. That's almost close enough. What have I done with the... Why is there more weight on the starboard side than the offset? No. Can you please? Sorry. Did I click on something without realizing it while being mildly harassed by a poodle? No, that's all fine now. So whatever's the problem has gone. You're cute. You are cute. And you want a biscuit, don't you? Basically you feel like all that was worth a biscuit. Okay. You know, when you ask for biscuits, it would be nice if you didn't try and eat my hand at the same time. I'm just putting it out there as an option. So we got the 3 inches. Shall I see if we can get any more positions, any more 3 inches on this ship? Because I'd like to have more, honestly. No. Any space for 6 inches. Can we accommodate any of them? And we could up it to a broadside of 5-6 inches. But that's going to take us well over the weight. So I think we saved the design as... Okay. Yes. Because something's just gone weirdly wrong. I'm fairly sure I pressed the refit button. Okay, let's sort this all again for again. We will sort this all for again. So take it down to 18 knots. Don't have to do as much this time because this one was already in some form of refit. And yes. Delete that those 6-inch guns. Main guns, centerline guns, 13-inch. Make them up to 13. Make that to 9. That to 9. That to 2. That to 9. That to 2. That to 13.5. Make that to white powder, make sure that's standard, soft capped, and let's go for standard. Shells, standard ratio, all this. Steel armor, yeah, that'll do. Right, and it's overweight, but it's also off balance, so... Seven, and that should do it. Take that down to 1 inch. Let's in the Citadel. Got to save 400 tons. Where are we going to save 400 tons? I should do for that. Induce boilers. Ah! Where can we save some weight? That should. Why is your rear belt a whole inch thicker than your forebelt? Mainly to balance the forward, the actual height of the forward turret and the various structures in the engine room, etc. Basically, yeah. It's the foredeck and aft deck are the same. That's main deck. That's main belt. But the trouble is, it's to balance it out on the whole offset, fore aft off the weight offset. It's yeah. One of the things you realise when you're yeah, I agree with normally using the deck. That is normally quite an area to strengthen out the ship and to give you sort of some strength and stability. When you're going to be fighting at ranges these often fight at, having a thick shell helps as well. And for some reason, the inner deck doesn't affect anything, when that would affect. It's the UAD way. It's not the real life way, it's the UAD way. That's what you learn. Ah. No, these are mine. They're jelly tots, they're not for poodles. Yes, let's refit all of you. Here's a big poodle. Definitely the fluffy shipbuild inspector. Yes, I like that. I like that one for him. Oh, thank the Lord. Lubberduck. We're in politics. I'm not at war with anyone at the moment. Improve relations with the United States, though. Just for the moment. Okay. They're 5 months away, that's fine. Research-wise, how are we doing? Submarine experiments doing well. Actually, I want boilers. I want better boilers. I need better boilers. Not sure what the next thing they're working on is, but it's got to be better than what we've got. That's going up. Let's see what the ship design is. I can do new design. Oh yes, semi-dreadnought. That will do. I've got the semi-dreadnought. I can do things with the semi-dreadnought. Nasty things. Ken, why are you trying to be slow the whole time? Now, so if I need more than 2 funnels to have a decent engine efficiency, why is it only up? Is this going to be something where I'm going to want to wait for the next generation of funnel to build this? Why is that so? I'm going to wait for the next generation of funnel, aren't you? It's just, it's evil. It's stopping me doing anything decent. Admittedly, he says, there is something nice about having that. I know it's very German dreadnought, but let's be honest, that's friggin' scary for anyone. I could make this just impending death. Because that's basically what it is. It is impending death for anyone who wants to fight it. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I know this won't allow me to build this, but that's just nasty. That is nasty. Yeah, I've set the draft to the minimum. I've set the beam to the maximum to make it fat and shallow. That does tend to help with stability characteristics in this game. Unlike historical reality, Well, they do have an impact, but yes, but usually, you can see sort of if I have the draft at the maximum and the beam at the minimum. It's tempting to do this. Now we've got engine efficiency to 104%, but look at that pitch and roll stats. That's just terrible. What else can I do to improve things on this vessel? Enhanced. Gun cotton. Let's go for increased. Heavy. Standard. Increased. Yeah. Right. Full weight offset. That basically balances things out. And let's increase that to at least 2.2. Increase that to at least 12. Or rather, it probably should be 13.5 considering what our gun turret is. Our guns are. But that'll do. This is not looking like a good design to me. So basically, for that to work as a stable design, it has to weigh more than I'm allowed to build it at the moment. I think I will wait before I build these a bit, but it's only a couple months. But that is a speed vessel, isn't it? I think some 6-inch gun, or maybe. And then the 8-inch. Now have I got single turret, a single gun slam? It's not a bad design of a ship in shape-wise, but historically I wouldn't be having that much trouble with its weighting. Hmm. $8,000 kilometers. Standard bulkheads. Oh, great! The pitch has already gone up. $1,200 tons overweight limit. Let's see what we get next. Let's see what we get next. How's the research going? Boilers, hull strengthening, they're all coming along. Submarine experiments. Because my plan is to build a whole lot of submarines. So basically my entire shipyard is full up with people building ships in my shipyard for themselves, not of them from me. I'm also refitting some ships. Fleet, if I check on them, they've got 4 months to go their refit. It could be the turret mechanisms. Sweden has signed an agreement with Japan. It's fun. Ah, yes. Yeah. There's now I forgot there is now a fleet in this area. Yes, we will move you all to here. As terrible as you may be, you are still going to need a fleet on station, and Lord help anyone who... Big funnels, hallelujah. That is something which you need. Oh, this game is bringing out all the classic... I really do sound like my grandfather right now. For you all, there's no frame of reference going on there, but for me, the moment you start saying certain things, and in a sarcastic way, you sound like my grandfather. Because he could make anything sound sarcastic when he was really thinking people think of something being annoying. Hello, Ibex. Oh, good lord! Another. Look, I'm gonna start saying no to people buying my ships in a second, because currently I'm building 24 ships in my yards, and they're all for other people. Join. Right, off the research station, onto the explosives, I think. Hopefully the boilers have got better. Hopefully I can have a 21 knot pre-dreadnought. Okay. And yes, I am pushing the submarines because, well, I want a large number of submarines as early as I can to defend my territories. let's see how much money we can put into our funding of research. Right. Ooh, I feel like some iron brew. Yes, they can have it, but honestly, I'm now building, still building 21 ships and maxing out my shipyards, I'm fairly certain. Almost upgraded those. I'm currently at almost capacity. And that's all building for other people. Which is good for me financially. It does help. It does mean everywhere I go in the world, I know there are absolutely terrible cruisers because of my terrible cruiser design. But, yeah. Funnel, no help. No, still can't do a 29 knot. No point building it then. Let's go to the hull and let's look at some of our cruiser designs. Ugh! Ugh. They're just so bad. I mean, seriously, these cruiser stats are just terrible. And that's just even worse. So just keep watching the things which come up and see if at any point they allow me to build better funnels for my dreadnoughts. Or my semi-dreadnoughts, because this is just annoying me. Always keep an eye on the unrest thing. You see it sort of about there. I have noticed that's got more and more power lately as the game's gone on. Transport capacity basically boosts your boosts your GDP, and once you get it to high enough, it really does have a massive effect on your economy. So it's always worthwhile investing in, especially long term. You might have noticed that I've been actually keeping out 100% the entire time. I've played with the tech budget, I've played with the crew budget, but I've left that at 100%, and that's because it does help your overall spending. Rather like real life. Also, the best argument you can make in political terms for a navy is often the merchant marine, because where they go, they need protection. We will leave them there, being very big and nice and in the Caribbean. And with the Americans probably going past going, hello? What are the American battleships like? Oof. That'd be good if we could analyze our opponents and go, yeah, what's this one building? Mark II 10-inch guns. Semi-armor piercing shell. Hydraulic steering gear. Oh, that's useful. I'd like that as soon as possible. I'd like this hydraulic steering gear as soon as possible. Yeah, we'll wait till all of those are done before we push on. We now have an alliance with Egypt. Let's go see. Oh, that's there. Okay, what do I have in Bombay? Well, I think I probably have enough forces, because apparently I need to take 1,308 tons, and I have 6 battleships heading there. I think that's going to be enough. Ooh. Yeah. Let's see. Almost done on those two. I can afford that. I'm not sure if I can afford the naval prestige hit or the unrest hit. Alright, let's take that off and then go to... Ooh. That's a 10-inch gun that's working on. That's I'm less than keen and less than bothered about that. If I remember correctly, that was a good shell type they were working on, so that's... First emphasis. That's better for me overall. Okay. Research, let's go through. Shells are done, special machinery's done. Internals protection, definitely. It's always interesting. How is everyone doing this week? Tasmania. Yay. Right, let's go through what we need to fund. Finances, yeah, we're doing okay. Research, ship design, all those are good. I'm building absolutely nothing at the moment, so I should probably go to ship design and see if I can fix up the Brisbane class to an extent. View. Let's see if we can fix up the Brisbane class in any way, shape or form. Refit. Okay, hydraulic steering. So let's go front tire. It's always a case of where can I position the engine rooms, basically. Always a question of where can I position the engine rooms. That's not going up there. That's not going up there, so let's go to the 4-inch again. Yeah, they do have really poor sectors of fire. I'm trying to select them now to delete them and it's not letting me. It's always helpful. Bad down. So, yeah, that should be okay. Ranger, lay mines, white powder, of course, gun cotton. Ooh. Semi. Definitely semis. And increase, yes. Go for those. And torpedo launchers. Okay. It's got a very rapid rate of fire now. Let's see. Pitch. Massive. Main deck and aft deck as sensibly armoured as I can get them. Can I take the speed up to 21 knots? Full weight offset is annoying. Let's see what the aft deck happens. That's annoying me. Aft weight offset now is going up. Baldo. Hey, caramba. Some guns have 4 sectors of fire. Yeah, that entire ship is a walking disaster zone. Look at its stability. That's supposed to be a refit. That is supposed to be a refit that I can refit it up to. Okay, not a new design. Oh good, it is. Proceed. Let's refit them all because it gives them at least a higher speed. Makes them a tad more useful. There seems to be something going on in the chat discussing the races. Not too bad. Brew came in yesterday Friday, won my 40k game yesterday. That's cool. And doing great time, killing time before the Formula 1 Mexico, so most likely miss some of the brew ship stream later. That's okay. This afternoon's brew ships is all about books to buy for Christmas, or rather books to Put on your Christmas list for people to buy you, perhaps. Basically, it's annually, it seems to be the video which most gets shared with most people's parents, and ends up with me getting the most messages from people going, "Hello, how do we get hold of this book?" And I'm going, "It's on Amazon." UAD does have Kurosawa guns. It's going to be hot in those cockpits, yes. In the Formula 1 cockpits, it's going to be very, very hot. I think it stopped raining. I'm not sure if it's true, but I think it has stopped raining. Sound. Just realised that, you know, the music isn't playing. Can you all now hear the music? You should be able to. Let's see. It's rather low. Yeah, it's fun. Because I thought, I've been listening to music the whole time, and I went, can they hear it? And I went, I hadn't flicked the switch. Should make me wander around the shipyards even more boring. When I'm debating ship designs, and going, shall I or shan't I? How's the research going? What research is coming through that I might want to hold up ordering my ship for? Rangefinders and boilers. Everyone's ordering my cruisers. Everyone's ordering my cruisers. It's really friggin' annoying because they are terrible ships. Oh! Looking at stability stats and just going, no, I hate them. Oh, goody. Yeah, you can have a battleship. Oh good, we've got a new light cruiser design. That might make my life and ability to get these cruisers better. Let's go to new design and see what we can build in terms of a light cruiser. Please, please let it be decent. You're still not going to be good. The music has just changed. Okay, we want you in 21 knots. We want that to many. Okay, let's see what we can build. Enhance funnels. That's looking a little bit better. Let's take the draft down. Crew quarters up to standard. Beam up to make it fat. But we're getting there. Quite. Let's see what we can do with main guns. Can we get something decent on this one? Can we get a 6-inch? We can get braces of 6 inches. We can't get any 6 inches on it. Oh, caramba. Let's stick on some 2-inch guns. Any place we can stick a 2-inch gun, that's going to be interesting. Yes, we stuck some 2-inch guns. Right then, roll. Everything is atrocious. But we've got 500 tons to play with, so let's figure this one out. Let's see if we can't figure this one out. Oh, we do need some torpedoes in this design, don't we? Oh my. Okay. So, that's still terrible. I remember the days when this game wouldn't let you launch a ship with roll that bad. I mean, seriously. Why? It's also sounding, the music is sounding almost very Lords of the Ringsy. It is sounding very Lordy of the Ringsy. The stability characteristics in this game since the recent update appear to be really off for the small ships. Because I'll save this design, right? And then I'll go to new design. And let's go to another light cruiser, right, again. And let's do this. So the Air Force computer's designing it, right? Yeah, it's never been that brilliant, but look at that. That's the AI design. The best the computer system can do. And it is roll 65.5%, pitch 44%, engine efficiency 155%. That's lovely, but honestly, that thing is scary as... No idea what's causing it to be that bad. Yes. So, please notice when I say I'm going to build some Achilles class. Not because I want them, but because I'm fed up with building everything for everyone else and not having any ships built for myself. Oh, this is embarrassing, these ships. These cruisers are embarrassing. But the music does sound very Lord of the Ringsy, doesn't it? It's the way that sort of the string arch. It's very theatrical. So rangefinders have had a boost. Some marines experiments I've got going on. And anything else I want to do? I'm not so... I think I'll do that, because that's always useful to have. What's cool... It's the recent update, I think they've tried to make it more accurate. And I think they've compensated. But it is... It is interesting. And my colleagues at work appreciated the favourable come out as Lairs Barrison's thing. I'm glad they did. But, you know, it's... Oh... You know... You would think... humanity would be able to, you know, the amount of times people go, yeah, we're on a constant upward trajectory, would not. And one of those things you can see is pride in work stuff. Soviet Union has arrived already? That's Russia. The Soviet Union... Russia's already had its revolution. It's only 1897. I'd missed that completely. Missed that one completely. What's it working on? Balisite. Oh, we're definitely going to emphasize that one. And that'll be control station, and then at a certain point I will start building my semi-dreadnought. It is very like some movie music. It really is. My monthly balance is negative 2 million. My funds are 2 billion. No, nearly 3 billion. Yeah, I don't think I'm worried about that. My crew pool is 21,000. Average training green, but I have got a massive crew pool. This is very much like a movie. Let's go and check the research. Control station, 1 month away. Boilers, hull strengthening, all those working in manoeuvre warfare. That's one I was, and that's here. I don't think Stalingrad will like sailing the MI shores. I should really start some actual wars. But first of all, I wanted to get some more ships in order. And the thing is, my shipyards are being kept going by selling them to foreign yards. Which does help. And I've got a lot of research coming through soon, which should help, hopefully, with the semi-dreadnought problem. Yes, honestly, Denmark has been another one. If we go to the fleet management system... These are all the Achilles I'm building, which are 3 months away from construction. And Denmark is ordering 4 battleships from me. All to the Repulse class, which were the original battleships, not even the half-decent ones I now have. They're the original battleships they're ordering. I don't know. It's weird. It is very weird. The original class is the cheapest, yes, but honestly, if I... Yeah, hang on, this is Denmark. That's historically accurate. Oh no. We can always hope they're ordering them to the latest standard, which is not that good because I haven't upgraded them well. Let's see. Have we done over here? We did. We won in Oman, didn't we? Or you go back to Bombay. Because I want a large fleet in Bombay to deal with whatever the Russians or the Soviet Union is sending through. And in terms of ship design, I want to go to Repulse and View. And refit. And let's see, is there ballast we can improve to? These ships are looking slightly better now. That should improve their survivability a tad. Upgrading steering! Knew there was something I was forgetting. Ah, well, we'll leave that one. Honestly, they're not that great, and they're still going to handle, like, no matter what you do to the steering. Or do I want to go for turret mechanisms? Internals protection, definitely. This is getting good. Right then, let's hopefully get something better than a semi-dreadnought. They keep ordering the cheap battleships. They really do. They're all obsessed with the cheap battleships. Right then, what do I want? Turret mechanisms are already roughly a month away. Let's do that. The Danish are interesting. Honestly, I was talking about nations the other night. I'm not sure what it will. Well, it might have been online. It might have been. Could have been in anything. But yeah, I'm not sure what it was I was talking about them on, but I brought up the Danish as an example of they will spend. Where was I talking? I think I was talking in a meeting. I think it was a meeting of some sort. I'm bringing up the Danish classic example of a nation which spends so long debating what to buy that by the time they either end up buying something in very small quantities because it's got so expensive and so perfect you can't afford to buy it, or it gets, by the time it's bought, it's either the crisis that it was being bought for has fizzled out, and so there's now no justification. Those people don't want to spend the money. Go, well, look, we don't need to buy it. Look, we don't need to. Or the how do I put this politely? The crisis has happened, is ongoing, and they've frankly been engulfed in it, and they now don't have time to build the stuff they need. That's true for pretty much all politicians. They want a semblance of capability without actually having to pay for it. Yeah. I might take it off submarines for just a short while and put it on the boilers. And I am going to completely skip semi-dreadnoughts, because my plan is to research boilers and engines to try and hopefully get something better than a triple expansion engine and to get something better on the funnels. And then go for it with a dreadnought. Yes, we're using steam-powered subs, but they're not steam with coal or oil engines. Oh, yeah, I'm going with that one. That one's worth it for me to wait the Dreadnought for, because if I can get the Dreadnought with that, then that's better than the triple expansion. It's not quite a turbine, but it's better. It gives me something better to build from. It gives me sort of an American-style Dreadnought to begin with, which I can deal with. There has been a recent exception, though. We have recently signed a contract for a new artillery system without arguing for ages about it. This, of course, a bit of a scandal in the media. Sounds kind of useful to me. I think if that was one of the things I'd be definitely interested in if I was the Dutch, would be definitely a decent artillery system. Because that's your entire defensive depth, is your artillery. Your ability to hold someone away from your own territory is your artillery. If you're the Dutch and you're and with the land borders. With Britain, it's got other options, but with the Dutch, they've got land borders. But if you think about it, okay. Yeah, where didn't you not want to send? I'll just send everything. Need a force of 14,000 tons. I'm sending 6 battleships and 4 light cruisers. Yeah, I'm fairly certain I'll have 14. I'll have enough weight there. Oh, Cossack, light cruiser named Cossack. That's good. That's good. You can go along there. Magazine. Clary's Foot. Constance. Yeah, I'm basically sending a massive fleet. Should make the point required. Should make the point required. Engines 2 months away. Armor quality we'll be developing. Harvey armor, that'll be better. And hull protection is not there yet. Armor piercing cap shells would be quite nice to have. I think in probably 1899, I'm going to be ordering a version of a Dreadnought. Lighthearted alternative history. Just how happy would the Royal Navy be if they woke up on 1st September 1939 with every single destroyer in their position order or on order transformed into a fully crewed travel? Probably in the 1st of September 1939, not necessarily the happiest. Because they were still thinking about mass torpedo attacks. So that would be a massive drop in their torpedo capability. But in terms of experience of World War II, probably quite happy. You noticed I've now got to the stage where the monthly balance, despite me putting everything in it, is still going up. And the reason is because of the investment I put in transport capacity. That has absolutely... It's become a metric of the game. That you can do some really interesting things with. Right then. So, let's go to ship design. Let's go to new design. Yes, we have a Dreadnought. It's called Agincourt. It's going to be 21 knots. Hydraulic steering, definitely standard accommodation. It's gonna be a wide gull. All ships are ladies. I'm British. It's our history, it's our tradition. And yeah, if I take that down to the minimum. Not too many. And I go Harvey, double hold, reinforced bulkheads, anti-flood, and a citadel armor profile. Apparently I'm going for 11-inch guns. Which is better for me, my range? Yeah. That's looking good. Let's take that down to 11 and that down to 9. And that up to the things I like least in the world. What can we do about stability? So yeah, that's. Right then, so can I push that up to 22? Take the range down a bit. Can I push it up? I can. Half weight, 1.4%, but I can do something about that. Four belt. Full deck. That should give us some firepower. What do you think of that for our first generation Dreadnought style ship? I think that's fairly decent. Admittedly it's 11-inch guns, but we'll do that. Especially as we're going to be able to order this in this period. And I'm going to build a lot of them. Build ship. Where else should I put them? Gonna Scarpa, Plymouth. Let's put some in Madras. Just in case I need some elsewhere. And let's put some in Kingston. 22 knot, 10, 11-inch guns, 2 torpedo tubes, and some 5-inch guns as their secondaries does help in making things interesting, and it does come through in 1898. Now, that's a lot of building over capacity. Hasn't man acknowledged you was looking for hate. Yes, you know. Everyone's battleships are just being made a little bit elite. Well, honestly, unrest could do with a bit of a rise. Oh, we want 8-inch caliber guns for our secondary mounts. And, I'm pushing that one. Haynes? It's always an interesting thing to go for. I haven't yet. This is an interesting thing because I built the Ferrari, but I haven't yet got around to building the Porsche and Lego models yet. I might manage to get that done this week. I'll probably end up recording that and talking about through that while I'm. How do I put this politely? Doing the editing of the videos that are going to all be recorded tomorrow, which are for the next week and a half bit. I'm basically building so many new ships at the moment that it's causing a noticeable dip in my monthly balance, but I am building 18 battleships simultaneously. You need to complete Belfast. So I do need to complete Belfast, but for that I need another part to arrive from the lovely people. At this point, I honestly think it would have been easier for them to send me a new Belfast box, but they keep sending me out the parts, and I keep going, "You sent me the wrong bag." They're very nice. They do send it. They're lovely people. No, I think they normally do. I think it's more a case of I was unlucky in the box I got. I think I got... It's going to sound terrible, but there is an old expression in the UK which is when you get, just the one bad one in an entire batch. Oh, I got the last on the Friday night. I got the last one produced on a Friday. So that's the thing, the one where they're just cramming it through, going, yeah, we'll get this done. We'll get this done, we'll get it done, we'll get it done. Egypt would now like an Agincourt class battleship. I'm not surprised, many would. Yay. Honestly, my yards are in constant demand by every other nation on Earth at this point. No, tonight I think is the Christmas special. Let me just check the live list. I think tonight is the Christmas things. Yes, Christmas Naval History releases is tonight's video. It's more a case of I've been waiting till I had ships which were balanced, and I was happy to fight a war before I started running the risk of fighting wars. Suez Canal. Egypt is an ally. How is the Suez Canal in any way being dominated by Russia? Germany I could see causing me trouble, but not Egypt and the Suez Canal. And by the time my dreadnoughts are built, I'm going to be upgrading them. I do realise this. It's tempting to have the money and enable a prestige. But -2 to unrest is also quite useful for me. But I think I'll go for the money. I'm not short of cash, but the thing is, one of the reasons I'm not short of cash is I do always factor in the money. It's one of the reasons I'm not short of cash. What are you up to? What are you doing, Fluffy? You're up to something. I know you're up to something. You're awake and moving. You, by definition, therefore, now are scheming something. What are you scheming? Tell your papa honestly. What are you planning? Oh, good lord. Ah. You're protesting your innocence, but I know you too well. Having just spent a considerable amount of blood and self-sacrifice convincing a liberty to work, I confirm that they are unholy abominations from the 41st millennia. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, good lord. Oh. Oh. What are you going after? You are going after those biscuits, aren't you? Yes, you are. You are trying to get your nose into the biscuit bag, quite literally. That is cheeky. That is cheeky. Ay, crumber. You. How could you? How could you? How could you? I don't know. It's non-stop. Non-stop. That's almost built. That will help things. But we'll get the fleet built before we start ordering our next generation. Got a year and a half to just work on technology and that's a good thing. Just keep working on technology, keep improving stuff. Always useful to keep improving stuff. Lots of people are building cruisers with me still. I'm not sure why, considering, as I keep saying, the cruisers are terrible. Cruisers are absolutely terrible. A little over a year before those are built. And just keep building up the size of the yards, eh? Basically, once these ships are in service, then I can start actively doing warfighting. Annual economic growth, roughly 14%. That's a fairly decent naval percentage budget. Ooh, the new 12-inch guns are coming. That's going to be useful. So the upgrade for the battleships when they come into service is going to definitely be to at least 12-inch guns, maybe to 13-inch guns straight away. It's taken me 33 months to build them all. And I'm just literally skipping through to try and build them. Oh, Poland! Should go check the politics, check my relationships. Spain's pretty bad. Austria-Hungary is pretty bad. United States, my relationship with them is pretty good. So, pretty much it's down here I'm having bad relations with everyone. Hang on, let's go check the UK. Who am I having good relations with? Oh, so that's not good. 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 Honestly, I'm trying to remember who that one is. China! Don't want to improve relations with China. I've got good relations with everyone else. That's what I care about. Actually care about. In naval terms, do I care about the Soviet Union? No. Austria could be better, and I am willing to improve relations with Austria. How do I have decent relations with Italy? I've been nothing but up to them for most of this game. Absolutely have been nothing but up to them. If I'm not responding to the chat quickly, that's because I have a big poodle fluffy head in front of the chat currently, as he appears to be watching the chat. So obviously the messages coming in for the chat are for the poodle, not me. You are a good boy, aren't you? Now let's see. In 1901, I should be launching my first Dreadnought battleship. Well, I'm tempted to do this. It's the best option for me. Right, you two go off for once, and I'm going to add that. Let's take that off, and let's go to explosives. And at some point I've got to do naval communication, because I've got to get my my fleet up to things. Yay! Ships are built, they're now commissioning. That's going to help the yards, isn't it? Off the hull protection one, onto the naval communications, off the explosives, onto hull strengthening. Oh, and I do have a space one. Submarine hulls. Yes, please. And then we'll do submarine improvements. So they've done some interesting things to this. The Agincourts are still commissioning. Once they're commissioned, there will be some very scared people. Because I now have 42 battleships and 47 cruisers in service. So, yeah. That should make the point. If I needed to make any points. Let's view and let's refit you. And then we'll design our next generation battleship. You're a good boy, aren't you? You are a good boy. That takes it down to quite short ranged, but that does mean they're more survivable, and the next generation ones are really going to be the longer range ones. These are going to be the based everywhere in the world. Was there a Citadel 2 upgrade? I don't think there was a Citadel 2 upgrade. Let's go see. Oh, there was. Oh, that means I need to work out some tonnage. Massage some tonnage. That dodges that. That's slightly more problematic, but that's to an extent easy enough to deal with. What are you up to? Sorry, that's talking to the dog who's behind me doing something interesting. Right, so I have less 190 tons over. And that's sorted out. Ooh. Well, that should be quite nice. Right then. Let's refit all the Agincores. Random though, the disadvantage of getting a microwave. Mum got given something like 100 frozen micro meals and wants me to run it and make a 3 or 4 meals for breakfast. Admittedly, they're very small trays. That's going to be roughly 6 months to refit those. That's annoying, but not a terrible thing. Let's go to ship design. Dreadnought 2. So that's as survivable as I can make it. Draft as shallow as I can make it. Beam as solid as I can make it. Let's see. Right then. That should be at least 12 inches. Let's see, I'm reckoning I get this to 18 and 9. That's the maximum I can go to is that. 16.3. Well, that won't work, will it? I think we exit and we don't save that design. Hello, Adbelu. Well, you know. Joy of microwave fun. Almost got that all done. Refitting 18 dreadnoughts at the same time. Yep. Oh, yeah. I'm doing well. How are you doing? Currently having random fun with UAD because they've updated it and it seems to have sent the stability calculations into weirdness. Oh, thank you, Tedimus and Tomatus, for pointing out the Citadel 2 update earlier. It does help things. You notice I've got dirty paws all over my carpet in here because of someone. Just saying that. You know, you could clean the carpet with your tail or something. Well, I think you've turned. I have to say, Abdellahu, hello. I'm considering turning off the auto update because I find it so annoying when I lose campaign progress, and because some of the metrics they do are interesting. In terms of their auto updates. Abdo. That will be best. He doesn't think he's not kidding. No, he definitely doesn't. Honestly, here is the honest tale about our dogs. It has been known, hello, that the Corgi occasionally decides that he's going to clean his brother. In that we will occasionally find the Corgi trying to lick this one's paws because he'll decide they're mucky. Because this one just goes, I'm a poodle. I'm automatically clean. No, you're not. Hey, someone's found the cannon. I do hope they add a multiplayer. I think that would be a lot of fun, and I would love to do that in sort of that would be something I would definitely use the Discord of my channel for. I would definitely use that and try and go, let's do some UAD group games. But I think also you need to have more people able to get involved for that. The cheapest way to sort out problems. When Maneuver Warfare has been arcaded, then we do the turret mechanism stuff. I'd like to get to the whole point of the triple deterrence. That's what I really want. How long till these are refits? 3 months. They're halfway through their refits. I think the thing is 6 to 8 players per session is good, but I do have a feeling we could end up with it both with at least 3 out of 4 of the ship-shape crew involved. I wouldn't be surprised if Drac and Garrus were there, and I wouldn't be surprised if Dan was as well, if he's free from work. The only reason he wouldn't be there. So that takes about half your slots if it's 6 to 8. And then you have the problem of you have both me and Drac building fleets. So you have to deal with whatever we decide to come up with at a certain point. I'm not saying we're good, or, you know, we've got an advantage in UAD. I will say you will be dealing with some very historically inspired ideas, and that might mean that you have to be keeping almost close to the history yourself, because you're going to have to deal with what we're going to be doing instinctively. At that point, we probably toss a coin to see who gets to play as the UK, because whoever gets to play as the UK, we're in trouble. Or you can get very creative, yes. Very, very creative. I'd like to see an increase in the powers you could play as. I think it'd be quite fun to have the Ottomans added in. I would love to see the South Americans added in. I think the South Americans need to be added in because they are such a part of the Dreadnought era. The South American naval race is a major part in the development of the Dreadnoughts, and some of the factors which were, you know, those powers are obviously lying, those ships are obviously for them and they're just pretending they're for other people, sort of thing, was just a constant. Oh. Well, you see, both of us will have the advantage of having our fluffy research assistants advising us. The fluffy research assistants for both me and Drac are very skilled. Admittedly, I have 2 of them, but, you know, that won't give me any advantage in that scenario at all. Ooh, this one, definitely. I want my range to go up dramatically. I want my range to go up dramatically. How do you rename your ships? Right, so you can either rename them when you're researching, you just have to change the name when you're designing it, or I think like that. So just left click and rename. Sort of thing. I should now have enough ships in operation that I can do some serious fighting if I need to. If so many destroyer classes you give them in operation, you give them pennant numbers. I seem to be ending up on the battleship route somehow. Because new design. I think I've now got Dreadnought 4s. Oh, I have. There is no way I could already be at 46,000 tons, so... let's go for... Is it that heavy to get to 28 knots? See, I prefer this further back. So, what do we think that turning up in a battle space is going to do to people's feelings? I would agree, placement is really restrictive, and I'd also agree, I'm not really sure I need that many. Let's see. That should be enough. And that gives me 1,000 tons to play with. Roughly about. Yeah. Stability stuff is still off. We've got beam at maximum, we've got draft at minimum. I take the speed down to 22 knots. So then I've got thousands of tons to play with. Now I'm thinking this is going to be my distant station one, because I'm not going to keep it really around for long. I'm not going to build the same numbers as the other one, which is my near station one, which I already got. So basically I want this well armoured, but it's not going to be producing the same numbers. Induce does it. Induce is enough. Pitch is still 9.1%. The interesting thing is, what is causing the pinch to be such a problem? What is causing the pitch to be such a problem? This is just confusing me. It shouldn't be low res. It's not broadcasting in low res by any stretch of the imagination at the moment. I think I'm going to exit this and ignore it. I just don't think I'm going to build anything. The later I've got built the Dreadnought 1s, I think I'm not going to build anything until I get to Dreadnought 5s. Basically, I need to work on the hulls and the power. Engines, boilers. And these two need to be worked on. Submarine hulls. Kind of push it to hull construction to try and boost that up. So I have 42 battleships, which is a fairly large amount. Next up, fast battleship. That is certainly what I'm aiming for, I think. Hello. You're stretching now. What are you up to? Oh, you're up to something again. Yes, you are. Oh, and up you come. Oh, yes. Up you come. Hello. Hello. I know, I know. You are right. That is literally what he's going after. He is literally leaning over me, directly over me to go for the cookies. Hello. You're doing your level best to get to them, stretch as far as they are. Oh. Hello. You're cute. Yes, you're cute. You're also motivated entirely by your tummy. You are a tummy on legs. You try and pretend it's your brother who's motivated by his stomach, but literally you are as well. Why are those biscuits? There's almost no other biscuit you will go like they are absolute. But these biscuits, Bonio biscuits. Yeah, you like your little Bonios, don't you? Thing is, he's the only one in the dogs we have who's allowed them, because apparently the corgi's allergic to them, so they stay in my office. So literally the only place he gets them is my office. Right then. So let's do politics. Let's increase tension with the Soviet Union. Let's start building something that can fight the Soviet Union. Let's go to the cruisers and see what cruiser we can build. Yes, real lapdogs do take up the whole lap. Right then, main guns. Yes, I'm putting on the exact same guns I have on my dreadnoughts. Because why not? Because why not indeed? Right then. What time stream today? Probably about 4:35ish, and then I will go in, take a break, do what I normally do, and then it's on to YouTube later on. And I need to drop 700 tons. And we're down enough that I can maybe sort out some of this. Let's see. Sorry. Managed to... There you go. Managed to get something in my fingernail somehow. Not sure how. I think it's dog biscuit. You've been malting dog biscuit onto your papper again, you fluff. Aft belt. And aft deck. That should be okay. Roll is at 26%. I can't add any more to the main deck and main belt. That doesn't help that. That takes that down. Can I push that up to 22? Will that have an effect on it? That does, but not a helpful one. %. I think I'm going to save it because honestly, it's not that bad as far as my cruiser designs have gone. I think I saved that, but I don't want to give that name to Orlando. What cruiser do I feel like calling this? I've got Brisbane, I've got Achilles. How's that sound like? I know, but I went with the 11-inch because it can back up my dreadnoughts in a fight. And that, for me, is useful, because if it's got the same gun as my dreadnoughts, the Agincourts, then that's helpful for me. You think the Rumba might have pushed the Haynes manual on? And nicest way, Renon, are you sure your Rumba hasn't been declaring war on it? That sounds like an act of war to me. If your Rumba is pushing your books away, who does your Rumba now work for? Sadly, your assumption was incorrect. Yes, but was the Rumba merely the stage one of the plan? Oh. Right, your Rumba's been missing for 2 weeks. That's quite worrying. Oh no, your impact ranks have been missing for 2 weeks. Sorry. I'm not surprised we're getting control of Honduras after that. I have a very impressive fleet going around taking over the Caribbean, and I'm not doing anything to support it at all other than just going, yeah. Fleet construction, what's going on? They're all built in 16 months. Don't take this the wrong way, but I think probably if you've got chemically difficult stuff to deal with, make sure it's gone before your mum can get anywhere near it. In my experience, my mother and my sister, I love them dearly, but yeah, the stuff has to be gone. In fact, that's my experience dealing with most people. My uncle is a really good example, because my uncle will put stuff into the wrong bins and then go, but they wouldn't take the bin. Okay, uncle. Alright, what do you do? Well, I just cleared up all the rubbish as you were working. Which bit? What? Oh, frigate. Okay, we'll sort this out. I've had to clean out the bin a couple of times because of that. He's trying to be helpful, but the thing is, please note this in my uncle's defense. My uncle has actually, his eyesight's deteriorated so much he's not allowed to drive, let alone do a lot of the woodwork and other fixings he used to do. And so now he's really he wants to be, when he can't do the stuff himself and I'm there helping and doing it, he wants to still help, which is understandable and it's nice. But I almost have to keep an eye on him, because his vision means he will pick up stuff and put it in places. It's... Ooh, rangefinders. We want those upgraded. And then we want armor forging upgraded, because that reduces weight dramatically. Woohoo! Preheater! With ship oil, you need that. I don't think I've got 2 oil though, I'm still coal powered. Everything's still powered by coal. There is no need to preheat coal. Normally though, the movement from the coal bunker to the actual boilers would actually warm up the coal to an extent. Yay, we've got turbines. Okay. We'll wait till the armor forward rangefinders is worked out. And... that is done. Well, where were you last reading it, Runon? Because I think you're still hunting your book, so that's the question I would ask: is where were you last when you were reading it, and what did you do after you were reading it? Because the amount of times you can wander around with things in your hand, these things happen. Right then, this is not a good position for anyone to be in. Oh. We'll move you, because how much do I need? 50,000 tons. That should be enough coming your way. But what I will do is I will send all them as well. Now there's a reason I'm doing that, because, so you know, I'm researching armor, forging, all sorts of things, so I can upgrade those ships. Because basically my plan is to upgrade the dreadnoughts again, and then and that should buy me time to get to my next generation. No, it's not sort of alluding to it absentmindedly, it's just, this is going to sound strange, but the amount of times I've found, even with myself, I've moved stuff, when I've been just finished something, and then I've been asked a question, and I've had to run out to something somewhere, and on the way I've put it down, if that makes sense. So basically, it's often not in the place where I was end up, or where I was started, but it's often on the route. Because I put it down going, I've got to quickly go deal this, so I'll put it but that later. I'll sort that out. So I put it down so it's safe, and I'll go deal with that. And that's often where I find it's the route. If that makes sense. Oh, good lord. Nothing there. Nothing there. And this is why you build a ton of cruisers. Literally so you can do little missions like this and just pick up these places. Jacob, coming to London, cool. Yeah, that does make sense, Lions. The first thing you do is stop looking for it and you find it right away. I'm going to end up with a massive submarine fleet in a few months, aren't I? On this game. Oh. Twitch has many interesting things. What's causing the trouble this time? So that's 20.2 kilometers. 23.1. If I leave it at 12 inches, 11 inches though, is it okay? Like this. Hang on. That's okay. I quite like that. Ooh. Yeah, you do have to watch out for these things. Now that's what I'd like to make it look like, because I think that would last me for quite a while, but how am I going to get this to work? If I take it this to 22 knots, does that work? That takes it very close. Right, and that's getting us nicely balanced. Very nicely balanced, almost. Well, that should be a fairly tough cookie for anyone to crack. And if I can refit those, 22 knot speed, so they're going to gain a knot of speed. Let's see, funnel is that. Should allow me to do that. That's 30. Well, that's quite nice. So that's plus 23 smoke experience. A lot less smoke experience, and signature goes down quite a bit. So that's rather nice. Yeah, that'll do. And that will do. Yeah, it is interesting music. It sounds to me like sort of something epic from, you know, Game of Thrones or something like that. So, the figuring out continues. And the 3 of those battleships I am not refitting, so they are somewhere. There are 3 battleships operating somewhere which I cannot refit. Probably they are the ones being naughty somewhere. Let's just go to... There's no ships available for me to refit, so let's do class. Agincourt, Hibernia, Bartholomew and Matt are at sea in Southeast Asia. Barfleur. Move ships to Singapore. Or you proceed to Singapore, please. Politics. Right, most of my battleships are busy for the next 6 months on all my best ones because they're in the middle of refits. But saying that, let's move some stuff up to Scapa Flow, shall we? So pretty much try and get the fleets together. Let's see if my concentration on trying to build as much stability into my ships as possible has had the impact I need it to be. Okay. $3 and I get a whole load of cruisers entering the service. 1 month I get a whole load of submarines. And about 8 months I get a whole load of battleships, but the battleships probably be speeded up quite dramatically once the cruisers start going through commissioning. In terms of pool, I probably have enough. Let's take you off that and put you on armor quality. That should sort out some problems. Let's go to politics, and let's go to... who do I want to invade first? China or the Soviet Union? Population. Their prestige, humiliated. Active fleet, 8 ships. Oh, it's China. It is definitely China which is getting the attention. And I might well send you up there as well, so I'm not going to upgrade you for the moment. Which is annoying, because I'd like to upgrade them, because they could be useful. And once we have a naval invasion going in China, we'll set one going in Russia. Yeah. My relations with them are okay. Relations with Spain are bad. Relations all with... Let's see, who are my relations okay with? They're okay. Austria is the one which might not actually declare war. If I improve relations. Or alternatively, I can't do an invasion on Russia or something at the moment. Okay. Might as well improve relations with the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Let's see. 2 months and those cruisers are already... Submarines are commissioning all across the world. Yeah. It's not unusual for me to end up fighting 3 nations at once. Well, let's fight this one. their submarines. Let's send all these battleships up there. And let's send these three as well, because we can completely dominate the Chinese without too much effort. There's a fair number of submarines all around the UK. And various other plates. 4 are sitting in Barry, several are sitting in Belfast, Brisbane, Cork, there's quite a collection on Liverpool, Melbourne, Plymouth, Perth, Portsmouth, Scapa Flow has a lot, Sunderland, Yarmouth, yeah. That's got 4 6.3 inch guns and 12 3.2 inch guns. That's got 4 6 inch, 6 4 inch, and 6. Let's ignore that one. Ooh. Ignore that one because, yeah, they're surprisingly heavily armed. Oh, it's now 5:15. I'd better be prepping to go, because I've got to go sort out food. I'd like to command those battles, but it's not letting me. It's annoying me. I find when you have enough submarines in your home ports, it does make people attacking you very, very interesting. Fight. I'd like to command the battle, please. I don't want it. I want to actually command the battle. Poland, several of the British Empire. Oh, auto-resolve. Let's see what happens. Draw, but we did damage one of their battleships. Why did the Danish give theirs numbers rather than names? No, I want to refit. They're all commissioning. And then I will have heavy cruisers pretty much everywhere in the world when I need them. How goes the naval invasion? Chance to succeed 100%. Germans aren't even getting involved. I can do a simultaneous naval invasion of southern China. And I will do. Because honestly, getting away with invading for 70,000 tons, that's a treat. Yeah, it's really annoying. Let's see. Oh, I shouldn't be doing this because I'm supposed to already be in cooking my lunch, but I'll sort it out in a second. Tight. So Centurion, Neptune, Duncan, King Edward VII, Warspite, and Hercules. Yes, In the war, when I am actively being allowed to go offensive, Warspite is here. This current Warspite is the pre-Dreadnought version. She has 4 13.5-inch guns, 8 6-inch guns, a plethora of 3-inch guns, and torpedoes. Going this way, so sorry, is it good processor and memory? Is it like the graphics card? This is a terribly graphics intensive game. It does take up a lot of effort in terms of the graphics card, and I am lucky in having a very decent one with my upgrade. I managed to find a I got it at just the right time, where they actually, post-COVID, went down in price for a short while there was a bit of a glut. Didn't last for long, but you know, got a good one. That is definitely one AI designed battleship. Frigate, there's 2. I've got 3 of them. Yeah, that's not going to be going anywhere in a bit. Rather like history, it's always a case of there are advantages to having a standardized battle line. And there are also reasons you do not run your light cruiser between 2 battle lines. You're a big enough target they can use their primary on you. Try and attack the offside. And this is why I've been upgrading my ships the entire time. AMD, it's RTX GeForce. It is AMD processors, a CPU. I think they're running out of fuel. I have an NVIDIA card, yeah. So one of the things is my brain completely went blank on. Is it AMD? What? Oh, brain. Remember. So I can look at it. I can't open up the computer system at the moment and check. 3060, yes. I did. It's a good card. Yeah, brains just sometimes decide they're just not going to work for you. I think they're trying to split up to catch us in the crossfire, but that's really not good. Because the thing is, it works when you have numbers. Not when there's only two of you. And one of you is surrounded in a little semicircle of them. Okay, so listen, let's look at it. Do you really not like me? Is the question this vessel should be asking right about now. Yeah, the answer was yes, they really didn't like you. And, I think I just wiped out the entire Chinese Navy. That's not good stats for anyone. So, I'm going to say that's over. It's 5 o'clock. I'm going to go get some food, and then I will be joining you on Brew Ships on YouTube at 7 to discuss some books you might want to wish to have for Christmas. Some of the latest releases. Justice Scheme. That's terribly small. We're going to have to send more ships, aren't we? We can't lose control of or rather not gain control of southern China. It's just not happening on my watch. Right. I really am heading towards the fast battleship turnaround, aren't I? Just realised that was this game. I know people have been saying the time, but it's the German fleet of 3 battleships decided they were going to take on my poor single cruiser, and the single cruiser got away. Good. Let's check on research. What should I be researching? Hull strengthening. Right, I will save this. And I will say thank you very much, everyone, for taking part. Thank you for being here. Chat to you later. And thank you, Paul. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, Spike. Thank you, Malga. Thank you, Seneca Nero. Thank you, Tidmus. Thank you, everyone who's been on here. Chat away, Runon. Thank you, Ali Loves History. I think you were on here. A random Dale fan. Thank you, everyone who's been watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you, Lions. Thank you, Jacob. And yeah, thank you, everyone who's been on. It's been fun chatting with you. Thank you. Thank you, Abdu. And take care, everyone. Ba-da.